everyone. Hello, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Geraldine Martin-Coppola, and I'm in charge of interactive and digital at Berman.
And
I'm Paco Vignoli, and I'm a principal at Artificial Butter Design.
Excellent. So you guys have just done this site. Let's talk a little about it. What you guys doing is very different, actually, from what's... You guys both worked at Yahoo, is that correct?
Yes.
The great Yahoo exodus. What were you trying to do that was sort of different here?
I mean, from my perspective, really, we were trying to come up with a user experience and a design that felt different and unique, and a new way for people to consume the content.
Mm-hmm.
Something fun, something alive.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, that was one piece of it, and the second piece of it was just the voice and the programming.
Right,
something
absolutely.
different.
But it feels very phone-like. It's mobile. It feels like it's very iPhone-ish, I think, kind of thing.
I think we did certainly take some, not risks, but we pushed the user experience a little bit. So it's unlike other sites, and it feels, you'll notice the
horizontal. That was a big
motion.
choice, and you committed to it. Some people do horizontal and don't commit.
Yes,
yeah.
we did, and it's a little scary at times,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you know, as we move forward with iPhones and different UIs, hopefully it'll be adopted.
Right, absolutely. No, I like it because you don't scroll. I hate the scrolling.
Yeah, it actually felt very intuitive to us once we tried it. I mean, it was, believe me, we were very nervous going into it. But it just felt very intuitive, and maybe that's because of the iPhone and more people getting used to
right, people are used to horizontal, and when you get into a touchscreen environment, it works better, the horizontal.
It felt like just kind of a fun way to consume that content and go through it, almost like in a magazine in some ways.
Absolutely,
sort of intuitive.
No question. And you also were doing a lot of pictures, very little text on your site initially.
Yeah.
It's there, but you have to click into it.
In this category, the pictures are king, so in some ways we moved to all pictures, so the entire wall is just and you live within this wall of beautiful pictures.
I mean, we optimized it for pictures. I mean, it was really, when we played around with the design, it was all about the pictures and the headlines.
Right.
Because we felt that that's what works in this medium.
You got to be good at captions and pulling people in. And also now you did a lot of slideshows and the idea of lists. You had famous crack-ups by celebrities, or you do hats, all sorts of different things. It obviously drives page views and things like that. What's the audience you guys are aiming at? Or just anyone who's interested in celebrity, or?
No, I think that, you know, 25 to 45 years old is really the bullseye, I think, of what we're looking for. But, I mean, I think celebrity nowadays, you know, everything celebrity is news nowadays. So I think it's pretty wide audience that's going to be interested in it. I think there is some stuff for everyone in the site, right? If you're only interested in getting the breaking news, you can do that on the site. But if you're kind of a younger person who wants to get commentary on the news and see that, you will find content that will do that for you on the site.
Now, you didn't have, right now as it is, you don't have video for one, and you have video that you can click into, but on the wall eventually, I assume there's going to be video.
Actually, there will be video for launch on the wall.
Right. And
so,
then,
but not playing in the wall.
Not playing in the wall.
Video you click to.
Click to. And then the other thing is comment and interactivity. Where's that? Where do you guys look at that?
Working on it.
Yeah, there's certainly...
Come on, Geraldine.
There's a whole set of feature sets that aren't there for launch, but shortly after, and comments. There's a lot of functionality that will happen over the photograph. So since it's a photo-heavy site, there's a lot of things you'll be able to do. Get metadata layered on top. You'll be able to interact with them. You'll be able to... So a whole slew of tools that are coming shortly after. And as well as comments and a few, you know, more exciting things.
Interactive tools are key. I mean, a bunch of them are going to be released shortly after launch, but it will be a second layer of experience on top of the wall.
Right.
And it's all going to happen right
I don't
there.
think you necessarily have to interact if you have a beautiful visual, content property. Lastly, what do you think is the key? Very briefly, what is the key trend going on right now? I think it's multi-touch, for example.
Yeah, I think the iPhone certainly sets the bar, and I think with Windows 7 coming, with HP Touch Smart, the ability for users to actually get, in contact with the content is going to be key. So
I mean, the wall gives you that feel that you have a lot of things at your fingertips that you can grab and touch, and I think that's playing off that trend, just giving you a lot of different choices that you can grab, and everything is right there and very instant for you to get in touch with.
Good job. I can't wait to read all about Lindsay Lohan's crack-ups. Thank you so much.
We will have that for you.
Okay, thanks. Gail, say hello to the people.
Hey people, how are you?
This is Gail Berman, who works with Lloyd. So you're launching the site. Tell me what you guys are thinking. How you're from your television background for years. You're even making shows now. What is the transition that's happening here with you guys? And use Wonderwall as the example.
Well, Wonderwall is a great example of how we're trying to figure out how we can program for the internet, because programming is a big part of our background.
Right.
And the idea of doing it on a one-off basis with individual shows was not a scalable business for us. Couldn't figure out how to make that work.
Right. Or make money, by the way.
Make it work in terms of making money for our business and keeping us afloat. Wonderwall is a programmed page for us, and that's a world that we're very comfortable in. What we've done, at least initially, is aggregate a lot of entertainment programming or celebrity programming and put it together in what we consider a great site that aggregates the content in a beautiful, programmed way.
Right.
And that's what we're used to doing. So we're taking some of our background from our old media life and bringing it into what we think is.
Do you think Hollywood in general understands, because networks are changing, movie watching is changing, obviously young people, we just had an interesting discussion about how people are do you think Hollywood gets still continues to get what is happening
It's not there yet. It's not there yet. It's a progressive thing, as the older generation who didn't start on the internet will die away, and the younger people will get it. It's just we're in an evolutionary phase, and we need to get through and show how businesses can work on it in order to get to the other side.
What do you have to keep?
You have to, what do you have to keep?
Yeah.
You got to keep things that are working and then move on.
Right.
Nothing is stationary in the internet world.
Right.
Because it's an evolving business, and probably there is nothing stationary in business anymore.
Right.
Just period across the board. So you need to be surrounded by people who understand the medium, surrounded by people who are creative and give us certainly the basis for moving forward. Without those individuals, we couldn't do this.
Right, but you need to keep story. Do you think the same things still matter?
Of course. It's always, we used to always say it's about the show, stupid. At the end of the day,
I think you said worse in Hollywood, but okay.
It's about the content. It's always going to be about the content. It's great to deliver content in a really usable way for people. That's important. It should look beautiful. It should be easy to use.
Wonderwall's very visual, for example.
It's very, very visual, because that's part of what we're saying. It's photos and pictures, and we want to make that beautiful. That should be beautiful. But it's also about the content, and as we progress, the content will continue to get sharper, better, more interesting for the user that's interested in reading, in addition to seeing things on the wall. And that's the way it's got to grow for the rest of our internet business as well. This is an evolutionary phase. This is phase one for us. It's been a long time getting to phase one.
But you like it, Gail, don't you?
But I love it.
You like the geeky life.
I am. I've become an official geek. Having produced Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I used to be an official geek. But
Right, that's true.
I've now returned to my geek roots. So
Excellent.
I thank you all for that.
Thank you so much, Gail.
Thank you, Doc.